Hey guys, this is Crap Hunter, and welcome to a review of a premium tank, the Su-122 44. Now, because this is a premium tank, I'm going to try and do something slightly different. Because I don't quite exactly know how to do a review about a premium tank, I may make some mistakes on this one, so do bear with me. But yeah, this is a premium Tier 7 Russian tank destroyer. Now, if you guys haven't heard of a premium tank before, or haven't really played this game, basically in World of Tanks, alongside with the tanks that you can purchase with in-game credits, you can also get, if you spend money on gold, you can buy a premium tank. Now, this has been the subject for debate, but what this has, in a sense, is a variety of benefits to you for the amount of gold that you spend. First of all, you don't need to research anything because it's already unlocked. You get more credits per battle, and you get to train your crews faster. Now, getting more money and training the crews faster is one of the most important things for a premium tank user to do. That's basically the main reason why they would spend lots of money to get the tanks. And yes, you may find arguments about people saying, oh, you don't want to buy a premium tank that just shows you're a noob and it's all pay to win anyway, and it's, but the one thing that many of these people seem to miss, or at least how I've seen it they seem to miss, is you've still got to play well in the tank to do well enough for people to say it's pay to win. Yes, you get a tank that no one else can buy with in-game money. I'll give you a good example of what most is common is the T-34. And to be honest with you now, it's no longer one of those big flashy tanks which are overpowered because everyone seems to have them, so everyone's overpowered. The only downside, of course, is when you have to face these things in battle. It's a bitch. But you still have to do well, even with a tank like this. Because don't forget, like the T-29, it's got shitty armor. Just get the side of this thing, and you'll be fine. Get the side of the turret. The 127mm worth of turret on the side. That little bit there. You can still do a fair amount of damage to this thing. You just have to rely on the player being dumb, and that is something which you can actually rely on in this game. That's how well dumb some of the players can be. It's not a major dig at all players. I'm certain there are tons of good players out there, but I've seen some very dumb ones, so I'm qualified in saying that. But anyway, so the two main reasons why a premium tank would be bought and used is to train crews and is to earn money. For example, I will show you. So say, for example, I wanted to upgrade my gunner because I thought he's not doing too well in Tier 4, so I'm going to give him a shot at the Tier 7s because I'm mad. So I decide to use a Tier 4 tank destroyer on a Tier 7 tank destroyer. Oh, I'm going to have to retrain him because he's not in the right tank. But wait. This crew member, although not trained for the Su-122-44, can still use his skills and perks because he's on a premium vehicle of the right type. That is the reason why many people buy premium vehicles. So, yeah, that's pretty darn nice for a premium tank user. Oh yeah, I forgot about them. I'll do that later. But yeah, so tanks like that. So basically, you'll be able to train your crews that much faster. I mean, for example, you could get one crew on one of your tanks that you're training up with at the moment, and you can get 2 times for that. Then what you can do is you can get rid of them from the entire barracks, put them in this thing, and then get another daily doubles, which allows you to train them even faster. And imagine stuff on weekends. So you could totally like spend a lot. You could actually get the same crew 10 times the experience. That's pretty damn good. Hell, if you got more tank destroyers, you could get the daily doubles. But of course, at the moment, I think there's only one. Is there one? I'm certain there's only... No, there is 2. So you can get like 15, if you were that sad, daily doubles for your crew. Which is pretty good for if you want to make sure your crew's deleted. But for me, I'm not going to be going to that high dizzy length. Basically what I'm doing with my tank crew is I'm going to train them up. I'm going to play the tank as it is, and then whilst I'm earning and getting this crew experience, when I finally reach the Su-152, all I'll have to do is just transfer this crew onto the Su-152. Bob's your uncle sorted. It saves so much time. I mean, admittedly, I'll probably have to end up, putting them down to like 75. I don't know actually, because if they've got perks and everything, we don't know. But basically, I'll be transferring them over to the other crew, which will hopefully make it cheaper. This is a new thing I'm still trying. But anyway, so enough of digression. So that's basically a premium tank. And is this premium tank a good choice? Is it worth 6,000 gold? Yes. It is a fantastic tank destroyer. I love it. It's possibly one of my favorite tank destroyers in this game so far. It has the ability for you to tactically charge in there, kick ass, take names, chew bubblegum, and then get the hell out of dodge before the enemy realize you're chewing on their bubblegum supplies. This is fantastic. And okay, it's not the greatest thing in the field, but it certainly makes an impact on the battle. Let's have a little look-see. Let's have a look at the health first. 840 hit points. Okay. Well, it's not great for hit points. To be honest with you, it's the definition for tank destroyer. You don't really expect high hit points with something. But in comparison to other tank destroyers... In fact, no, I'm not going to show you other tank destroyers because they are going to be better. There are very few tank destroyers that health-wise you're better than. But this doesn't matter because there are going to be extra little bits down this stats list which will explain why. The tank weighs 33 tons. That's quite light for a tier 7 tank destroyer with a massive gun. You'll find out how massive in a few minutes. And in this, the 500 horsepower mixed with whatever kind of magical process which makes this thing go fast allows you a 47.5 top speed limit. And this thing gets up to its top speed really well. You don't need to go downhill. In fact, if you go downhill, you'll hit that 0.5 super quick. It's traverse speed as well, 42 degrees. That's fantastic. It's very much, well, if it wasn't for the fact that it had really low hit points and not so great armor, more on that in a few seconds, well, we'll go on to it now. If it wasn't for the fact that its hull armor is only 90 at the front, 75 to the sides, and 45 to the rear was so low, you could potentially use this as a slugger tank. Okay, I wouldn't recommend it. I mean, hell, this is me saying, this is the thing which you can use if you're dumb, or you think you're lucky, or you just love to get close. But yeah, if it's a tough one, because the thing is, what gun you have doesn't really help the situation as a tank destroyer, but then again it does, and it's, like I said, this is a premium tank destroyer, so really it's hard for me to say what is a good idea and what isn't a good idea. The game takes me to the desktop, I return. Freaking hate it when my PC does that, but what can you do? It's a shit thing. But yeah, as I was saying, it's difficult for me to judge whether this thing is a good idea to go close up to the enemy, because... well, we'll continue. We'll find out. We'll continue with that in a few minutes. Let's just get through the stats first. I really don't know why they put the gun traverse speed in this. You haven't got a turret. You couldn't just turn the damn thing. Anyway, your view range is rather poor for a tier 7 tank destroyer, but your signal range is very good. If you spot someone that close, you can relay it to the rest of your team before you're blown up. Now, for any of you veterans out there who have an understanding of why some tanks have certain very bad view ranges, it's because they've got a gun to compensate for that, and it very much compensates for this. This is the D25S. This is basically the god in a... If God had a cannon, this is what he would use. This is basically the most... Okay, it's not the most powerful cannon in the game, but for a tier 7 tank destroyer, this is fantastic. Now, for some of you out there who are looking at these stats saying, oh, it's only got the same penetration as the OAS gun, same damage, really shitty accuracy, and long aiming times, why would you use this? Because this thing has a 7.5 rate of fire, and believe you me, you will notice the difference if you've played IS tanks. Yes, it's not got the greatest reload. Yes, it's inaccurate. Yes, it has the same penetration as your IS tank, which means in most other forms it's not very good, but look at the reload time. That thing is fantastic. 7.5 rounds a minute. Freaking seriously, that is very much a noticeable difference, and that's what makes this tank fantastic. It has an amazing ability for you to drive in, spot your targets. Okay, it's 2.9 aiming time and 0.41 accuracy means it's not very decent at clutch shots, but if you have enough time to go in there, pounce on your target, you have the ability to back off and get away from the hell out of dodge really quickly. And if you are caught off by someone, maybe this was the tactic I was thinking of earlier, you can swing your gun around, fire it quickly, do a shit ton of damage, then get the hell out of dodge. I mean, hell, I actually was able to perform a clutch shot when I was facing off against an M103. It was an immensely lucky shot, but it still worked. I still killed him. Eesh. But still, you know, this thing is a fantastic tank destroyer, and I freaking love it. It definitely works as a tank destroyer, and it most definitely kicks ass, takes name, and chews bubblegum. Just, it's a freaking fantastic tank destroyer, and I love it. Very much love it. But, okay, let's try and look at its flaws from a realistic perspective. The only areas you ever want to possibly be shot at, if you have to be shot at, is the front. Don't even bother trying to, you know, angle this thing, because it just won't work. I mean, maybe that, but then it kind of nullifies your point as a tank destroyer, because if you want to aim and shoot these guys, you're going to have to point it this way anyhow. So it's a bit of a catch-22, and if you ever get the opportunity to shoot the rear of an Su-122 44, do it, because the smeghead driving that thing doesn't know what he's gonna be in for. The log will do nothing to save him. It's very much a case of, if you turn your tank to the side or rear, you die really quickly. And bearing in mind you're in tier 7 and you will be hitting tier 8 and tier 9 battles, you will be facing tanks which can probably one-shot you or put you into the one-shot region for anything, even a pebble. So you've got to be extremely careful when you start hitting the lower tiers. If you're in the same tier or you're in a mid-tier, you can still do an effective job with this thing, but you got to play it safer than usual. If you're in the position, and a lucky position at that, of being higher tier, I wouldn't say go nuts, but feel free to take a little bit more of a risk, as most of the guns possibly may have a higher chance of bouncing off your frontal armor, though you still have weak points. The underglacius is still exposed, your gun mantlet can actually take shots. I've taken and had penetrations on this thing, though not often. You've also got the vision slit here by the driver, and technically you could be shot here, but that's more of a lucky break. Also, that might get shot at. I don't know. I don't think so, but be careful. But yeah, generally speaking, what you want to do is have this thing at a medium to long range, for obvious reasons. You're a tank destroyer. But then, of course, you may find it difficult to get good shots off because, well, this gun isn't exactly made to be accurate. But that said, you've got it mounted inside your tank. You've got it, you know, as long as you make sure you take your time with this one, or at least you make sure whenever you do shoot, you shoot for the right spot, you should be able to do quite well in this tank. And there is a vehicle in the background. Anyway, so on to the battles, because enough of me rambling, because I imagine you guys are like, just shut up and play the tank. God, you're such a faggot. Or whatever they say, I don't know. I'm imagining people saying that. Right, okay, so we're not in the best tiering, but we're in good tiering. And this is hopefully going to show a good aspect to this tank. If not, I will die really quickly. I hope not, though. So I got to make... Oh, they got an Su-122. Ah, right, be careful then. Okay, 20 seconds. We'll also find out the reload time, because I completely forgot about the reload time. I could remember at one point, but unfortunately that's when I lost Jimbo's crosshair mod for a while, so I can't remember much of the reload time. We've also got really nice camo, I will say. The Su-124, 22, the 6.9 seconds, so you have a 6.9 second aiming time. Yeah, the Russian camo really looks nice in this one. Actually, this is the first time I'll ever say stuff like that, because it looks really nice. Okay, what are we in position for? We've got 2 AMX4, we've got a stock KV-1S, stock Comet, oh, ELC, popping up the corner. He's charging. Only disadvantage. Aim, and they hit the target. Okay, he's gone. Okay, so there's only one tank currently going in, kind of spread out quite a bit actually. I don't know, this is different from what most people do. But the 5916 is most definitely doing a great job as a scout. Jesus Christ, look at how he goes. Oh. Right. That could possibly be the SU-152 or the T-25AT or the SU-85 or the Wolverine. Could be any one of those tanks. There's the T-29, and he is stuck on his turret, maybe? Oh, there's a Wolverine, so it's definitely not the Wolverine. Oh, there's a... Oh, hello, 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 hello. There you go. See, the traverse speed of this thing allows me to make moves like that. Although I wouldn't recommend doing this as a tactic. Ah, you bastard. Right, okay, I've just lost an opportunity to get... Ah, bollocks. Bollocks, bollocks, bollocks. Sod it, sod it, sod it. I made a crucial mistake, and I paid the price. Never do what I did just there. I just realised what a stupid mistake I made. Don't do that. I know it's tempting, and I fell into the trap, and I deserve to be punished for it. Reasons why, KV-13 and the T-43. Right, let's try and be smart for once and allow people to start engaging. Well, that's my punishment for being done. Bang. Oh, ricochet. This is lost. You've only lost 2 tanks. I never know why people do that. It's like, oh, I've died, so clearly the game is lost. I mean, okay, if we lose all of our heavy tanks and all that are left is light and medium tanks, maybe that will be a sign. Come on, still be facing the rear. No, you bastard. Bang! Solid hit. Try and dodge a shot. Hey, hey, ricochet. Oh, I actually ricocheted it from the bit that I said was weak. That's a bit of an irony. Okay, yeah, another disadvantage, of course, is the gun depression. It's not very good. I just remembered that now. But still, it's not very good. Hey, it's a premium tank destroyer. It's going to have problems. And that said, this thing isn't terrible. I mean, the flaws you've got, I mean, admittedly, this is not the greatest position for a tank destroyer out there in the open, but still. So, 369 damage so far. Right. But this is the advantage of, this is one of the reasons why I love this tank destroyer so much, is its fast speed, its maneuverability, its capability to completely push, its ability to catch up with the rest of the team and keep going. Only disadvantage, of course, is because your gun has a central line, you have to expose more of your tank than you really would want to in order to get a shot. Where is the SU-152? Right, there is their SU-152. No, that's an SU-100, isn't it? Yep, there it is. So, we're currently losing now. Oh! Bollocks. That was a lucky push. Don't let me go back like that. Oh, another rocket ricochet. Right, don't be aggressive. So I keep thinking about my aggressive heavy tank tactics. So I fear we may not do well in this, but what I will do is I will be of good use to my team by sitting over here, waiting for the enemy tanks to come round the corner, expecting to see the tanks will probably detect me before I will be able to get a shot at them. I think you'll have to come out. There's the SU-100. We are still capping, and I'm expecting them to come out. Come on, come out, come out. Bang! Solid hit there. Try and get it to the side. Ricochet. Right, he's not paying attention. He's fired his shot. I said he is your host. Bang! Solid hit. Another ricochet. So you can ricochet from the front. This is where your armor can actually do a fair amount of good job with this, but don't rely on it like I did just there, but I was able to take a nice hit for the team. No one is... Oh, we could potentially save this, but I doubt it. Hello? Is he going to try and push, or is he just going to sit there and do nothing? He's going to sit there and do nothing. Yeah, I'm definitely going to get a medium. Yeah, thanks for using me for cover, arsehole. Honestly. Yeah, we unfortunately have just lost this because, I don't know, somehow... Bollocks. Damn it, the shot missed. Yeah, too late. There was their SU-122 Yeah, okay, fair enough. So, unfortunately, as you can see, it wasn't a very good match. But, despite that, I still was able to earn 44,000 credits for it. And that's not bad. Okay, it was a defeat. Team score, though, I did a fair amount of damage. I did pretty much most of the damage. I don't know why I wasn't put up top. I think it was because I didn't get much in the way of kills. Oh, are you kidding me? Hang your heads in shame, all of those people. You didn't even do damage. You are really bad players. I'm sorry to be so harsh, but if you're at tier 6 or 7 and you still can't do damage by now, clearly there is something wrong with you. I'm sorry, I hate to be an arsehole about certain things, but stuff like that really gets me going because I think, come on, you're tier 7, you've played the tutorial, you wanted the credits for it, come on, use your brain. But clearly, as I said, predictable morons. Who'd have thought? Anyway, so let's go on to the second battle to try and redeem this situation. But like I said, even though your whole team can fall around and die and fail in a most spectacular way, as long as you do well in a premium tank, you can still earn a fair amount of gold and credits. This is a good test actually, because even though the opposing team has less tanks, they have less tanks than we do, but they have more tank destroyers, and they've got an Su-122. I really want that tank, but unfortunately, I've got to go through Russia. Well, other Russian tanks, but still, I really do want that tank, though. It's amazing. I really do want to get it. But enough of that. This is the Su-122. Sorry, tank. Anyway, so we're in not a very good tiering at the moment, but I can still do well. Just be careful, not do the stupid things I did last time, and fingers crossed we'll be able to do a decent amount of damage. We don't have to beat them, we don't have to live, we just got to do a decent amount of damage before we die / lose the game, or / win the game. Damn it, I just lost it. Bastards. Right, so everybody thinks it's a great idea to go charging across the open plains when really the town is the most important aspect of the game. Well, what can I say? Predictable morons. Wah, wah, wah. Oh wait, no. They may be redeemed, it just takes them a while. Okay, so only one person was the predictable moron. This is a redeeming sign. We are having heavy tanks coming into the line, but our opposing forces are attempting to push. Okay, I'm going to do something completely crazy here. I'm going to try and see if I can push up. We've just lost our only Su-152. Well done. And we've lost our T-44. Well done. It's a bit of a crazy move, but I wonder... No, I can't even shoot. Oh, but I'm being shot at. There is definitely someone down there. Hey, that was the most important thing, to know if someone was there. Though, yeah, most of our team are being morons because they're all camping over there. Never camp in a game like Encounter, because all it does is it just allows the enemy team to pretty much walk into a defensive position and give you hell for it. When you finally do realise, oh, we should really be going for the point. Oh, I feel sorry for that T-69 player. Ah, shit, there's a Hellcat. Right, back around, back around, back around. Oh, no. He's going to go through there. He's going to try and be like, oh yeah, I'm a Hellcat. And I'm like, yeah, bang. How about that, Mr. Hellcat? Not feeling so confident now? I don't think so. Hi. Tee. Oh, it would appear the entire enemy team, though, is pushing. Now, it would be a clever idea to try and cap the base whilst our opposing people... I will be honest, they are dumb. Seriously. I mean, what the I'm not even going to bother, because you try and bother and you just end up getting so frustrated at how... yeah. I'm not even going to reply. Our heavies have actually done the job they're supposed to do. Anyone who says otherwise, who even disagrees and says, oh wait, the heavies were clearly making a mistake, they should be supporting their teams, I will say, you're a twat. Because... what a surprise. Hang on. Boom! Cut shot. Even though somehow I didn't get the kill, whatever. Apparently I bounced off, but I was able to make it look like a kill. Apparently in this game, you're supposed to kill the opposing team not capture the objective. But wait, if the opposing team is currently killing... I mean, seriously, if we all headed to the cap now, or in fact when I first said go to the cap, we possibly could have won this game. But unfortunately not. So we'll have to try and salvage the situation as best as we can. Back up a little bit, so we've got... okay, so that guy's now gone. Oh, are you kidding me? I'm going to have to reply to this. I'm not even going to reply to this. You know what, at first I thought, you know what, I'm going to put this guy in his place. But all I know I'm going to do is I'm just going to end up leaving the argument frustrated and pretty much overly pissed off. Because it's just like, what are you doing, you moronic twats? All you're going to do is just provide them with just... Why? Why? Oh, good God. I have no sympathies for our tank destroyers. Seriously, I don't. I'm going to try and flank this bastard, see if I can get a rear shot on him. Hello, good comrades. Okay, swing round. I know I'm making a critical mistake here, but... oh, bollocks. Thank you. This is what I call teamwork. Knowing that your partner will be able to help you out, save your ass, and then in return, you do him the same thing. But unfortunately, not so lucky on that one. Though, good shot from the Su-122, or Su-152. So unfortunately, the game was not meant to be. I unfortunately missed a couple of clutch shots, but I think I did very well. Not as well as I could have done. What did our team score? Our team somehow did well. Unfortunately, still a couple of people didn't do too well, but freaking shame on you, camping bastards. I'm actually going to say it. How dare you assume that because you're the one who died and you're the one who made the critical mistake of going on the wrong side of the fucking map? I am so shocked at this game. I really am. Predictable morons. I tell you. Predictable morons. Anyway, let's try and get rid of the negatives and hopefully, fingers crossed, get ourselves a victory. Hopefully. I said hopefully, not... oh, fucking... oh, God. No, okay. Well, it looks to be that we're not going to have a victory in this battle, so I can't really highlight the greatest aspects about this tank. But what I will say is that this thing is a fantastic piece of equipment, and as you've seen, even though we've been put into increasingly desperate situations, we can still perform to a good degree. You know, in towns this thing works well, in open fields this thing works well. So this thing is definitely worth the 6,000 gold, if you can spare it, of course. You know, I wouldn't say, oh, you have to, like, spend money that you don't want to spend getting it. It's all up to you. But if you do decide to go for a premium tank destroyer, go for this one, because this is by far the greatest of the tank destroyers, in my opinion. I'm going to shout that out before anyone says, oh, but it's not. Shit. In my opinion, I would say that this thing is... oops, right. I would say, in my opinion, that this thing is the best tank destroyer you can find on the market for premium for premium stuff, for premium monies. You know, it's fast. It gets to the speed that it wants. I mean, look, I'm already up to 30 kilometers per hour, and that is enough. You know, you don't have to panic too much about getting up to the speed with this thing. I mean, I'm already catching up, and I'm going faster than the IS-2, the T-40. Went up to against the T. I actually could duke it out for the T-43. AC Mile 48 isn't doing the greatest of jobs, but I will rectify that by bomb. Oh, ricochet off the bloody turret. Ricochet. I'm not going to chance that. The only disadvantage this thing has. Look, I just made it a smoke screen. The only main. So guys, unfortunately the previous battle beforehand, not the one that you've just seen, but the one I just did, basically was a nightmare on wheels and ended only in 5 seconds, so I decided to try and go for another battle. Put in extremely bad circumstances, but let's face it, the last battle was terrible. I'm hoping to try and see if I can get something with a win. I'm hoping it works out anyway. Because unfortunately so far there is just either defeat or defeat or defeat, and I kind of wanted to show the better aspects of this tank for you. So, but yeah, so hopefully this will be able to show you decent aspects of this tank. But that said, I'm still stating that this thing is a pretty good choice for, I mean, as you've seen, even though we've got really bad teams, you can still have a decent game in it. You can still kick ass, take names, and okay, I'm being put into tier 9 matchmaking with a gun that only has 175 penetration, but as long as you know where to aim, you won't really have too much in the sense of difficulty hitting the right target. And a fair amount of tier 9 tanks are not going down south, so there's a possibility that we have problems when it comes to that penultimate. Actually, I'm not going to fall for that this time, because unfortunately people could just die really quickly. Our Comet friend unfortunately perished so quickly, didn't even have time. That said though, we did just knock out their T-54E1, which is a fantastic thing. Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Fire! Bang! There's the first kill. First damage and first kill. Now, I would also state that this thing has the same kind of maybe the same kind of use in certain matches as a IS or a KV-1S has, basically doing a lot of damage, causing, tries it again, he's either going to go forwards or backwards, and I really want him to go back right. Now he's going crazy, he's like, ah, I'm going to kill myself! Oh, you should have paid attention. Ah! Git! Right, I'm gonna back off now. Well, I'm not. I'm going to shoot this bear. Bang! There you go. Solid shot. We currently killed more of their tanks now than they have of ours, but this match could still go either way. And as we've got T-54s versus a tier 7 tank destroyer, I don't know. I don't feel exceptionally confident. That said, I've got a T-54E1 coming alongside. Did we just knock out their 704? Yes, we did. Huzzah! Right, there is a KV-4 though. Right, this is the thing you want to do. You don't want to just clutch shots. You've got to know where you want to aim. So I'm going to aim here. Bang! Solid shot to the side. He's going to possibly get a shot off. Not at me though. And I didn't even get a shot at him. So there you go. Bob's your uncle. So now let's push alongside and provide assistance to this. And the enemy team are falling. We are going to have a victory here. Thank God. But unfortunately, they're all dying before I can reach them. I'm going to try and go for this AMXT or the M445 or whatever happens. They're all swarming this guy. I feel sorry for him in a sense. Like, I'm dying! Right, and fire! Bang! Tier 9 kill. I'm going to get a fair amount of gold for that. Well, credits. Rear shot! Bang! There is another kill. That's the enemy E75, who's currently on full health and possibly has no friends. Now, I'm not going to be able to beat the record. It's probably going to... yeah. There's going to be people complaining the shit about that, but let's face it. We've had enough of that today. Let's try and highlight the better aspects. As you can see, that poor E75 bastard is completely now on his own. He is swarmed. Completely being swarmed, but in fairness he is standing up to a lot of tanks, so if we can get to him in time. But there you can go. Here's another cool advantage. Look how fast I'm going. Nearly 50 miles, in actual fact 50 kilometers per hour, meaning I actually have a chance now of doing a nice rear shot with this thing. And our allies being dicks. Clutch! E75! Yes! E75, motherfuckers! What a way to end it. I thank you, video gaming. Right, anyway. So, there you go. Ooh, I was able to damage the turret of the thing that I blew up in one shot, so there you go. No, that was pretty much how you do it in a Su-122 44. You support your teammates, you deliver the powerful shots, and you vulture like a bitch. You can you'll be a ninja. You'll be basically a ninja, balancing very precariously on a flying vulture, so that you'll have double the power in knocking them out. And this is the kind of results you can get if you have. And don't forget, I didn't have the most damage in this game. Bollocks, I did. No, but look. Okay, I actually didn't get the most damage. I just got the most experience. But if we look at it vis-a-vis damage, I didn't get the most damage in the game. So imagine, if you will, a game where you get a lot of damage. Like, you are a much better player than I am, and or you have an incredibly lucky moment, and you can completely annihilate your team, mostly on your own. You will end up probably getting nearly 100,000 credits easy and possibly 4,000 experience. This is doubled, of course, but still. That is how much I got for this, and I think it is a fantastic machine for it. In fact, I would highly recommend this tank. If you are planning on buying a tank like this, buy it. For the love of God, buy it, because it is a fantastic machine. It performs up to the task and some, and it just is so much fun to drive. I love this thing. It can catch up with most tank destroyers, and it actually goes fast. It can actually catch up to some of the medium tanks, and it performs its role flawlessly. So yeah, that's my review about this thing. So hope you guys have enjoyed. Admittedly, we've seen some pretty disastrous battles, but let's be more positive. We have seen a fairly good, fairly decent style of gameplay, and I really do love it. So, as I was saying, if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, feel free to let me know by putting it on the comments section down below. If you guys also have... if you like it, click the like button. Also, feel free to subscribe, because subscriptions are amazing, and they tell me that I'm not doing it wrong, which is a good sign. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you very much for watching. This is Crap Hunter, signing out.